friend from high school had been wanting to stay at my university dorm for a weekend, and after some rescheduling, it finally happened. In the beginning, it was great. He got along with my uni friends. One of them, let's call her E, even lent him her lanyard of student and housing cards so we could grab snacks, telling me to ensure he didn't lose it. During our trip, I asked him repeatedly if he still had the lanyard, and he kept saying yes. He even said he wasn't a dog that needed to be looked after. But as soon as we got off the bus, he couldn't find it. He told me not to tell in case he could still locate it, then ran recklessly into the street to chase the bus. I shouted for him to stop, but he didn't listen. Eventually, it got late, so I called him to say I'd have to tell E so she could freeze her cards. When I told her, she was furious and demanded monetary compensation. I felt awful and apologized. Not long after, by some stroke of luck, he found the lanyard on one last bus, which was a huge relief for everyone. That night, we returned to my room with another friend, G, and my high school friend insisted on drinking. I warned him not to overdo it. I didn't want anyone throwing up, plus I had work to do. He went overboard anyway, insisting he knew his limits because he was more experienced than me. As he drank more, he ranted endlessly about how he would kill him, how terrible he felt, how I'm an amazing friend. He also brought up a past conflict, where he'd implied that hot guys wouldn't go for me, and then tried to reassure me about my looks in front of G, which was super embarrassing. He said some nice things he never says when sober, how I could achieve anything I set my mind to, how I'm good-looking, and how he wouldn't trade me for his dream girl. Some comments I appreciated. I've been stressed about my career, but it also felt awkward since he's never this supportive when sober. Then he cried over personal issues, before ranting that men crying is ugly, which made G uncomfortable. Eventually, he threw up in my bathroom for the rest of the night. I had to put him in the recovery position on my bed, meaning I slept on the cold floor. At one point, he jumped up to brush his teeth and fell, so I had to haul him back. He is significantly taller and heavier than me, so this was just difficult. The next day, my friends were still upset, not just over the lanyard, but also other obnoxious behavior, like him not paying me back for snacks. He continually clarified she was just mad at him, but naturally, since he was my high school friend, I felt super responsible over his conduct, and it felt like they were mad, rightfully, at me too. They didn't want him around, so I missed out on lunch with them. When he woke up, he didn't apologize or say thanks. He just asked what he'd said the night before and laughed. I told him there'd be no more drinking in my dorm, and he joked, not even a little. Then he complained I shouldn't have told he lost her lanyard at all. That was the final straw. I confronted him for embarrassing me, ignoring my boundaries, and putting me in a spot where I had to apologize to so many people. I said I thought we were close enough that he wouldn't reflect poorly on me, but maybe I was wrong. He offered to hang out elsewhere while I saw my friends. I asked if that friend had roommates. He wondered if I wanted him to stay there. I said yes, and also offered to pay for a ticket home, but he refused. When he left, he looked sad, apologized again, and hoped it wouldn't affect our friendship. I feel guilty because I never wanted to kick him out, but I was furious. He has a history of doing hurtful things, and then saying he didn't mean to. AITA for telling him to stay somewhere else,